Okay, what's up, everyone? Want to break down some more bunt defenses because we had one in the Tigers-Mariners game. It was a crazy game. 2-2, 12th inning right here, tie score. Tigers are hitting, and we're going to go over two bunt plays. So the Mariners run it a different way each time. Both of them, one's a definite wheel. And I talked last week when I broke this down about how when I was with the Orioles, Buck Showalter had us run it a specific way. That's kind of how they ran it here. But the pitch before, they run it a little bit differently. And so I want to break it down and kind of talk through it and talk more about the slash. It's weird talking so much bunting because it never really happens in the regular season. And then all of a sudden in the playoffs, it's happening all the time. So let's show it right here. So I'm going to play this one first. So this is, again, tie score, 12th inning. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And so let's play it first. Here's the bunt, and then we'll break down the defense. He's going to bunt this ball, and it's going to roll foul. So let's back it up real quick. So let's see how the Mariners played it here. So the Mariners are anticipating bunt. First baseman is in. Third baseman is kind of reading. He's opened up. He's right on the edge of the grass. And then right when the pitcher lifts his foot right here, you're going to have the second baseman break here. The shortstop is going to wheel. He's going to break to third. The first baseman is going to crash. But the third baseman, the weird thing about this, watch the third baseman. He's like reading. He's not crashing, which is, to me, interesting. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You've got this guy coming hard here, so he's going to get there. So this guy might as well crash hard. If he bunts it to third base, which he's taught to do with a man at second base, you're taught to bunt it to third. But he's reading, which, again, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then when it's bunted, now he starts to come. So you can see, again, you don't want to bunt it this way. That's why you want to bunt it to third. But why are we wheeling and then keeping this guy here? It's almost like something got messed up. There was also no slash attempt. A lot of people talked about that before. So, right, so like there go the middle infielders. He squares around. They're going to bunt. Again, it wasn't a super aggressive wheel, but they are wheeling. And the ball's going to go foul. Now, that was on the 0-0 pitch. Now it's 0-1, and they bunt again the second time. So let's flash over to this. So now, the next pitch, they have the defense set up a lot differently. So this is kind of how we did it in Baltimore with a few exceptions. So we would have this guy preset even further over here. We'd have the second baseman close, but not right on the bag. Remember, on a wheel, he's got to run 90 feet. He's got to get to first base. That's a really long run. You're going to see here, he almost doesn't get there. We would position him like right here so we could pick, and then we could also go this way. So this guy, he has to honor it. So this guy can push over. He can't just get off because he has to stay there because this guy's here. Now we're going to crash. We're going to crash. This guy's got middle. This guy's going to break here, and we're going to try to get that runner out at third base. And so let's play it. Now, the batter bunts the ball right back to the pitcher, and so the two guys are crashing hard. And I would even say here, this guy, again, like we're crashing him hard. I would get him up even more. Like in this bunt defense right here, when we're setting up in this position, we're letting the other team know essentially we are wheeling. So I wouldn't even try to disguise it. If I'm him, I'm like matching the first baseman. I'm right here so I can get in his face. We want any bunt to either side here to be an out right here. So let's watch the middle guys again. Okay, so the timing here, and this is a little bit like what I talked about, having it timed up. They do it a little differently. They break when the pitcher turns his head. So the pitcher turns his head home, and now you can see the shortstop taking off. The second baseman is going to take off. Now he's got that 90-foot sprint. That's what I'm talking about. That's a long ways to go. The Tigers don't slash, though. So they know the wheel's coming. He squares. They don't slash, but he bunts it right back to the pitcher, which if you're not going to slash, that's the safest spot to bunt it because the pitcher's got to come from the mound with no momentum, and so the corner guys aren't able to get there. Now, here's another interesting thing. Watch the runner here. So we talked about this in the other video. Watch the runner just take off. The second he sees that they're going to pitch and he knows the wheel's coming, he just starts to run. He's dead sprinting. So this is interesting. Because some people said this, just run. Even Jimmy Rollins, I think, said, just run, just follow the guy. Well, if he bunts through it, let's say he misses the bunt. If he misses the bunt, we're probably throwing him out here. I know it's going to be, it's not an easy throw and a catch, but it's definitely the possibility here that we're going to throw him out. The other thing is, what happens if, this is why I'm not a huge fan of just taking off and running. What if he bunts this ball right here and he bunts it in the air to any of these three guys? Like that guy's on a dead sprint Is he going to be able to get back? Probably not. This guy, though, has to keep his eyes up because if the ball's bunted up in the air, he's got to probably slam on the brakes and come back. I also think the outfielders, I know they're really far away, but when you see a bunt, right, so you see hands right here, here's hands, like, why not start to come in? Like, start to run in. If you watch the outfielders, they bunt the ball, like, he doesn't move 1 inch. Like, doesn't move anywhere. Really, no one's really running. Like, what if this ball goes down the line? Like, what if that ball goes down the line? Right fielder's, like, coming in a little, and then he's kind of, like, jogging over here, but he's just kind of jogging. I mean, and that's really close. So watch the second baseman again. He's got to sprint this whole way. He's got to sprint, set up. That's not an easy play. He almost gets killed. Like, that's a really hard play. That's why I don't have the guy run 90 feet. I try to set him up a little bit closer to first base. But if that ball, oh, it's so close. If it gets down the line, like, eventually he's going to get there, but it's going to take quite a while. Anyways, we could look at 1,000 different things in this again. Again, guy at first. Notice he's not just taking off. He's shuffling. He's seeing the ball down, and then he's going to go. So I just think it's a little bit dangerous to just take off here in case the ball's bunted up. Also, notice he's in the line. We talked about that in Jimmy Rollins' video. He said that he should be out here. And this is why I said you kind of got to stay in the line because this guy is, I mean, he's right on the bag. So again, this is what I mean when there's like 1,000 different ways that you can run the play. And they get it done here. Ooh, it's close. Anyways, let me know what you think about that. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give a thumbs up, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.